Welcome to Parenting Your Sensitive Child. Parenting a highly sensitive child can feel overwhelming, and all the parenting books in the world can only get you so far if your head and your heart are out of alignment with your child's. I'm your host, Julia McGarry. Let's create a new parenting paradigm. Hey y'all, I want to spend a little bit of time this week talking about a pretty simple strategy that I just put a name to recently, and I'm calling it Treat It Like It's Broken. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me post about it recently. Something happened just last week, actually, that brought this to the forefront for me. So I want to dive into that. But first, I just want to share with you that this week, it's going to be Wednesday when this comes out, so we're halfway through the week. I am holding space for loads of consults, okay? So if you've been thinking about getting on a consultation with me, this is a great opportunity to do it because I'm holding my schedule open as much as I can for consults specifically, all right? To sign up, you just go to partneredpath.com/coaching and pick your time. This is an opportunity for us to dive in together to exactly what's coming up for you and your family, but also to explore what coaching would look like for you, and if it's the right step forward, if it makes sense, okay? So if you've had any inkling about signing up, this is a great chance to do it, a great time to do it. Pause the podcast, go to my website. I'll wait here for you. All right, here we go. Treat it like it's broken. So last week, my daughter was getting ready for school and she slammed her toe into the door frame, all right? She seemed fine until it was time to put on shoes, and then she was super resistant. She already didn't really want to go to school, so having a sore toe was reason in her mind to take the whole day off. She didn't want to feel uncomfortable in her shoes. She didn't want to be hurting while she was at school and already feeling kind of like she didn't want to be there. So that's the background. That's the backstory. And I want to just pause and share that my husband's always telling me that I should talk to you guys about mistakes that he makes. He thinks it would be a great value to offer you the opportunity to learn from his mistakes. So this is an example. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a mistake, but in this situation, she didn't want to put on her shoes. She didn't want to put on her socks even. And his inclination was to jump into, your toe is fine. Just put your socks on. It's time to go. We need to go. Here, I'll put your socks on for you. Right? It's a very human reaction to have when you know your child is okay and they're not wanting to put their shoes on. And you're starting to run a little bit late, right? But as parents, we also know how this ends up. Power struggle city, right? It's so common. And there is an alternative. I want to share that alternative with you right now, and we're going to call it Treat It Like It's Broken. So when you treat it like it's broken, instead of believing your brain that it's not a big deal, think about how you would handle it if it was a big deal. I walked into the room and I realized what was going on, and I thought to myself, what would I do if her toe was actually broken? What if she did break her toe and we didn't know and we treated it like it wasn't broken but then found out later that it was? What if we actually had to take her to urgent care? How would we get her shoes on her to take her to urgent care? Because it was really cold outside. It probably wouldn't work to just take her barefoot. She's also she's 8, so we can't really carry her all the way there. So that was my question. What would I do if I thought her toe was broken and I needed to get her to urgent care? I would tape her toes together. So that's exactly what I did. And then I helped her with her sock. I helped her get it over her toes, past her toes, so that she wasn't bumping up against the sock, right? And then she was able to put her shoes on by herself. What happens when you do this is that you validate that this is a big deal for them. Her toe, turns out, wasn't broken, but it really was a big deal for her. It was a big deal because her truth was she didn't want to go to school, and having an injured toe was making it that much harder. Her morning was broken by her toe, even though her toe itself was just a little sore. And treating her toe helped fix the break in her morning. Changing the way we think about our kids and their experiences is one hell of a game changer, right? She didn't have to do anything differently in that context for our whole morning to take a different course. When I showed up differently, it changed everything for her too. This is 100% a learned skill. This is why I'm always encouraging you to sign up for a consult, right? If you are having trouble putting this into practice for yourself, if you're having trouble implementing, that is what I'm here for. This is what I bring to the table as a coach. When we work together, you'll start to think about your child differently. You will act differently. And it makes a measurable difference in the number and length of power struggles and meltdowns. So when you find yourself in a situation where your child is upset about an injury and it's delaying your progress, instead of fighting them on it, treat it like it's broken. Treat it like it is as serious as it is to them in their own mind. All right, I hope that this is a helpful idea for you. I hope, as always, that you have a wonderful week. I will talk to you in the next episode. Do you feel like you're parenting 24/7 and you're still not sure your child is getting what they need? Are you ready to stop parenting reactively and start living in partnership with your sensitive child? Are you ready to reclaim time for yourself and time for your dreams? Then you're going to want to explore coaching with me. I help my clients tune out all the noise, better understand their kids, build a parenting strategy that meets their family's specific needs, and do the mindset work necessary to implement that strategy consistently without sacrificing themselves in the process. To get started, just head over to partnerpath.com, click on coaching, and get your free consultation set up. Let's get to know each other.